Dad's just explaining here that we're trying the 2 discs here, got the 80 grit and the 40 grit to see how much quicker the 40s are working for, which you can see is a bit faster. The problem we've got is that the car's been painted before, I think as we've mentioned a couple of times, but badly. And the paint that's been put on is chipping off in quite a lot of places, so obviously we need to get all of that paint off. The paint that's chipping off, isn't it?
Yeah.
The paint's chipping off, so we need to get all of that
chipping off, and you've got to go through to the original paint.
So we can get a good bond onto the original paint then. So we'll just on this corner down here, it's chipping down here in this corner. I'll bring the camera in a bit closer. So I'm just going to try just sanding that corner just to see how far through, if that is the original paint I'm getting through back here. Put the camera down, we'll give it a little try anyway. So what you're looking at here is the top. This is the bad paint job that's been done on it, and this is the original paint underneath. This paint you can see underneath is red, so sand it through to see how far we've got to go to get to that original paint.
Through the white.
So yeah, so we've got white. There's obviously a layer of that. Obviously, has got to be some sort of primer to put on top of the red paint then. And then this must be the original colour. This is the original paint we've got through here. That's it, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah, I would say that's the original. That one there is the original.
Yeah.
Then you've got a primer that they put on top on it, and then there's the white coat.
Well, that white coat's probably a filler primer, I would imagine.
Yeah. And then they put their paint
sealer
on top of that again, which is chipping off from the original.
Yeah. So we do need to get through all of that. It'll take her a bit of time. Yeah, spawned up.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. There we go. That'll make life easier working on.
It does.
Yeah, very good.
That's high up compared to some of them, isn't it?
It is.
It's higher up.
I've got the bigger blocks in.
Aye.
And I've got the pinch weld blocks in and all.
Aye.
That you've got that much extra.
That's it, yeah. Yeah.
edges out. Gives a bit more space in there for work around. Well, I might have noticed something that isn't quite right with this. So I'm in the process, obviously, of stripping it down for the paint, if I haven't already said. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but so getting the cage out, that's out now, as you'll have probably already seen. And then we're just working on, I'm working on getting the roof out so we can start removing the trims so we can paint it properly, as I've shown you how it hasn't been done in the past. If I haven't already shown you, I'll show you how, while that's the case, it hasn't been painted properly in the past by being stripped down properly. So yes, I'm removing the head, the soft top, and it appears to me as though it's on the wrong way, or the wrong sort of stage. It's sort of this piece here. There's the trims that come off wrong the inside. If anybody knows an MX5, let me know. Is this on the wrong way around it? It seems to me as though it is. It doesn't seem as though it would be draining properly, because there's the metal trims that hold this tight on the inside. Round in there. Can't really see particularly well, but I'll pop the light on. There we go. So don't worry about that. There's a rust panel on the top there, which is one of the reasons why I think this is on wrong. The rest of it's all solid. A bit of surface rust down there, but yeah. So that section in the back there, like you see those nuts all sticking through. There's a metal trim goes all the way around the back of there if you know these. But at the back of that, the separate piece is this piece at the bottom, which is like the drain area, and I would imagine this should be sandwiched between that, and it's not. I'll show you on the outside. So yeah, so sorry about the sound quality there, it's not so good, but yeah, so you just pop that off from the inside now, where I've taken the trims off, and as you can see, if I do that here on the outside, it just pulls away like that, and you're exposed to the inside of the car now. So I would have imagined, let me know, like I say, in the comments, if anybody knows the MX5s, whether this is wrong, which to me it doesn't seem right. So that's come away there now, and then you've got this other trim inside here, which is the drain. So I would have thought this piece here should have been sandwiched between this layer here. So if I'm right, if I peel this back, I believe, let's just have a look at that a second. So this should come back as well, yeah, like so. So I would have thought that trim should have sat in there, because that's the drain. Obviously this trim, or this, sorry, not the trim, but the actual edge of the roof should sit down in between that area there. And that's the drain all the way around the outside for the roof. Probably done a terrible explanation of that, but yeah, so anyway, just confused. I feel like that's not actually on right, but if I put it back, I'll put it back on right. But let me know in the comments what you think if it is. I'm really curious to know what you see, what you think. Anyway, there we go. I'm going to crack on with it. Not making a lot of sense, I know, because I just had another terrible migraine a couple of days ago and struggling to make sense. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to put it on the tripod and carry on with a bit more strip down. Right, so you can see like where the rubber trim, I've pulled it out, or the finishing trim, I've pulled it out of where it goes in between the window and the window frame. So I'll give you a bit of a shot there. You can see, we can see actually where it's been painted up to, that ledge where it hasn't been taken out. See on the top corner there. So I've taken it out so that now we can paint right down into the sort of where the window fits down into, and then when the rubber trim goes back on, the finishing trim, it'll give it a much better finish. You can see the ledge on the paint there where it's been painted up to, where I've taken the trim out of. So yeah, we'll be able to get a much better finish anyway by doing this the way we've done it here, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. Right then, we've got time for a little bit of an update here. We're in the process of working on the MX5, so I thought we'd update you on what we've been doing with this. We've been stripping it down and getting it all ready for paint and what have you, and getting ourselves prepared for it. I've got my glasses on here because I'm getting plagued by migraines, so I'm not being rude. I'm just getting loads of migraines at the minute, which is knocking us back a bit. Anyway, so Yeah, like you see, we're getting it all rubbed down, get the doors off, got the roof off and what have you and that, getting it all stripped down. So we're just back onto it again today. We're just going to spend a bit more time rubbing it up, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we get it all rubbed up now. We can start to get the primer and things like that.
Today we'll not get it all rubbed up though.
We'll get it all rubbed up today.
Today we're just going to do a little bit
just
extra.
Getting back onto it, have another go at it. Probably would change this wing as well when we're on.
Yeah, because that wing's
We've got a little bit of.
There's a bit rust.
We're not happy about.
I'll show you what we'll do. Is we're going to get the car down off the quick jacks, and then take it outside and spend a bit of time just rubbing it up outside, just to bit more healthy outside than being in the garage with all the dust. We'll get outside and then give you a walk around it to show you how it's looking, where we're getting to with it anyway. Stick it outside now. It hasn't been started in about, is it a couple of months?
Oh, it'd be a couple of months at least, before we had it started, like.
The battery may be flat lately.
Aye.
Let's see it start straight away.
We'll try it, see what happens.
See back. There's nothing in front, is there?
No, there's nothing in the front here, no. There.
No, it's the lead.
Oh, it's the leads, is it? Right there.
You can get a shot. Come on.
Yeah. Someone's going to stand on the face now. There you go.
Right, I'll give you a look around it now outside, like we said, we'll show you what we've been doing. I mean, you can see mostly what we've done anyway, but we're just getting everything off the car that we need off the car to paint it properly. So we've taken all like the seal around the front window, taken all that out so we can get like painted right in and bought a new seal for the front window. So it's handy because you can get down into the, you can sort of tell that you get right down into the back of the window because the seal pushes in there. So you can get paint right around it into the window without taking the window out, because the window's bonded in. So obviously the trim goes around it. See a bit better there. Obviously completely detached the whole roof. Comes off about 1 million pieces. That was on the wrong way as well. The roof on the back is quite interesting. So obviously you've seen all the rock we had, the problems we had with the rock. A lot of that I think was contributed to that was the fact the roof wasn't actually on properly. It'd obviously been taken off at some point, put back on, not properly, because they have like a section which goes all the way around inside there. If you know these, I don't know, but they have like a drain section. It's like a sort of overlap with a gutter in the bottom of it. It runs it down into the gutters in the corners, and then gutters sort of runs it round into here. So any water that comes down off the roof runs into the gutter and round into here and then down through the drain. So the idea is that the piece that sits on here is like a sandwich, like that. And the roof sits in between the sandwich and then drains into where like my palm of my hand is and runs round. Well, the roof that was actually attached was attached on this side of my thumb, so like attached on top of it on this side, not in the middle of it, not sandwiched. So the water would have just been running down this side of the actual gutter and not actually into the gutter. I think I'll have a bit of footage. If I have, I'll stick it in there. The cover for the top of the petrol tank was completely rotted away, so it's the water getting in there. It was damp inside, but I would have thought it'd been a lot worse, to be honest, considering how much water you would have thought would be going in there. Yeah, anyway, so we're going to rub up the back end, do up the door checks, get them all rubbed up, so we can paint it properly, paint it all the way around. I think we're going to continue painting the whole thing red get rid of the white on it. We were going to keep the Lotus leaf, gold leaf colours, but it's not a car we're planning on keeping, so I think it makes sense to put it back to standard. We'll get the wheels powder coated silver again, they're the original wheels, or standard wheels, not original wheels for the car, but they're standard wheels for the car. So I think we're stripped down as far as we need. We need a new wing for the far side, so it's a bit rusty on the front. It's also a bit rusty down the bottom as well, just in that section. Filler in that section, so we'll get a new wing for that side. I know we rubbed it up, wasn't really point in rubbing it up, but that's already got a new wing on there, so we've got that. Take that door off. We'll paint. I think we'll paint like all the doors, the bumpers, the boot lid, paint them off the car, and then paint the car separately. Yeah. So anyway, just thought we'd give you a bit of an update. There we go. So we're just gonna start doing that one now. It's a bit done. Just round it up. Just say that's great. We're going to start taking
the door off.
We're going to start taking that door off. That door's going to come off next, and then we'll crack on. Right, there we go, so that's it. That's that wing off. So I think we're just about all stripped down. We've got everything off we want off it. We're going to get a new wing here because this wing, you can see the front of it's a bit rusty. I haven't showed you that already, so we're getting a new wing. There's a new wing already on the other side. But that's everything I think we need off the car to paint it. I think the plan is going to be to actually paint the car separate. It's all the tailgate.
Boy racers.
We're not there, but
No.
yeah, the only thing is to come off the boot lid. We'll take that off, paint that separate as well. We'll throw it standard on the car and then take it off. Yeah, so I think that's kind of, we're getting through it all.
I think that's more or less stripped to what we want stripping, and for the starting to get it. See if we get rubbed up what needs rubbing up now.
Door checks.
Like in the door checks, all these door checks that go around the back end. The back end, then the boot lid and that, and then once we get the boot lid, we take it off.
We've got these arches.
Yes, these arches here, they're all to tidy up.
Well, the shape up because it's had new arches. Obviously, you've seen in the videos, it's had all new arches on the back.
Yeah, they were all doing all the new arches in here, and all the corners. Each corner was all cut out and all welded up.
So they need a skimmer filler. So they've already had a skimmer filler, but we're just going to refine that at back end, get the shape right, and then once we've got that done, then I think we're kind of ready for paint.
I think so. Yeah.
So with the paint,
yeah, get it all covered up.
Yeah. So what we're doing with the paint and what we're starting with then on that.
Yeah.
What we're starting with on the paint then.
Oh, we'll start with the sealer paint.
All right. Okay. I can't.
The sealer. Get it all sealed, all one colour.
Just the primer.
With the sealer, and that's a good start off. Like, you know,
just so you've got
everything all the same colour.
Got an even coat across the whole car, and it's like my dad's saying, a sealer epoxy primer. So then once that's on, anything that goes on top of that, you're not getting any contamination with what's below it. So that'll be the first coat of paint that goes on it, is an epoxy primer, like my dad's saying, and it'll give an even coat over the whole car.
That's it.
And then we can kind of then again block sand it, check to see. We'll probably then on top of that we'll put a layer of filler primer to block sand on top of that, shall I say, and then just get the lines perfect on it. We'll go through the process. You'll see as we go. Right, camera went flat. Back on it again. So I think what I got to do was saying we're going to obviously epoxy prime the car, and then that'll stop any contamination that goes on top of that from anything that's underneath the paint. What's on there now, and then we'll talk through the process as well. Obviously, you'll see the process as we're going through the process. But on top of that, will be like a layer of filler primer, which we can then block sand and get it, just refine all the lines on the car. Maybe put a couple of layers of filler primer on, guide coat, and then sand it back out, block sand with a block of sand. Block sand. And then once we're happy with it, we'll then do another coat of the epoxy primer, and then we'll wet and dry it once it's got the sealer primer again, the epoxy primer on top of that. Because the thing is, you don't want to wet sand anything until you've got the sealer primer on top, because it's more waterproof then. You don't want any dampness soaked up inside of the paint. Anyway, yeah, so that's
It's going to be perfect when it's finished.
perfect, as my dad says, yeah.
It'll be perfect.
Hopefully. Anyway, that's
Like
that's
coming
it.
out the factory, new.
Oh, like a new car. Fantastic. Anyway, so I think we're going to carry on now, do a bit more sanding, so
Very good.
stick it on
Yeah.
time lapse and we'll get all these areas sanded up and crack on with it.
Yeah. So we'll see you again. Bye now.